Hi, my name's Amanda, and this is Amanda Started a Podcast. Ever since my therapist diagnosed me with being in a depressive episode, I've been like so much better, genuinely, because I feel like knowing what's wrong with you kind of like makes you feel better, I think, because I thought maybe I was burnt out. I was like self diagnosing as like, I'm burnt out, I need to rest, I need to do this. But really, if you're spending all your time in bed resting and like staying away from people, if you're in a depressive episode, that only makes it worse. And you like dig yourself deeper into this hole. And it's like easy to stay in this cycle of like depression, like feeling sad, feeling like no energy, feeling like depressed and like being in bed and then not doing anything to like kick yourself out of that cycle because you thought you were burnt out. So you thought the rest and all that stuff that you were doing was like actually good for you. That all being said, I understand what I need to do to be better, which is like go for walks, like be healthy, treat myself well, hang out with my friends that really genuinely like make me feel good. Like when I'm around them, like the ones that like build me up and give me energy, like no, not being around anyone that's like insanely draining or whatever. So that's what I've been doing. I also started like a German class. It's like intensive, so it's every day. And I also have been working like outside of my house. And I think these are like the three big things that have like fully flipped it and reversed it this past week. Diagnosing myself and like understanding what is going on and like how to treat it. Two, leaving my house and working somewhere else and like putting on an outfit and like being cutie and going to somewhere to work. Didn't realize I needed to do that so badly. Like 100% a huge unlock. And then three, going to German class. I guess that falls under the like going somewhere to work, like going somewhere and going to German class and like learning something new. And then the third one I think is like being good to yourself. Like I've been doing so much thinking. Basically, this all came up because my German teacher last week was like, everyone be good to yourself, like be kind to yourself during this time. Make sure you're sleeping enough, make sure you're eating healthy and staying like hydrated. And I was like, shut the fuck in my head. I didn't say this to her. I was like, shut the fuck up. I realized that anytime anyone tells me to take care of myself, to have breakfast, to make sure I'm sleeping enough. Like, I'm like, shut up. Why don't you just shut the fuck up? Or like, be nice to yourself, be kind to yourself. That's the main thing. When people say be kind to yourself to me, I lose it internally. I'm like, shut the fuck up. And I'm like realizing, I was like, wait, why does this piss me off so much? Like, genuinely, someone's telling me to be kind to myself. Why would that like make me feel so defensive or weird, like acting this way? And then I realized through like some soul searching, through some journaling this past week, I genuinely am not nice to myself. I think like I thought that I was maybe, I just thought there was like an exception for me during COVID around like 27, my late 20s, 28. I like really started on this like self love journey. So I thought I love myself. That's great. And I think I'm coming to realize, yeah, I like myself and like I love certain parts of me. The absence of hate isn't love. Like I definitely don't hate myself anymore. You know what I mean? But I realize that there's so many things that I still hate about myself or hate. Like I hate on myself. I'm mean to me and I need to stop because like I don't know what the little voice in my head is. It's like obviously through growing up, you like cultivate this voice inside of you that like treats you a certain way. And I'm realizing that I literally treat myself like shit. Like I speak to myself like shit. And I like do all these things like I've been talking about on the podcast, like affirmations and meditation. And there's so many like affirmations I do every single day. There's still a little part of me that is so mean to me about certain things like my weight or like how I look or I'm not doing enough. I'm stuck in this other cycle where I ate something and it's not even like unhealthy or healthy or whatever. It's like I ate and then I'm like, well, then you can't eat anymore. But then I get so hungry that I get like ravenous. I'm like, I need to eat. So then I do it. And then I'm mad at myself for eating again. And then it's like this cycle. And then, you know, throw in like me feeling a little bit like mentally not great. So then I'm emotionally eating too. And then I'm mad at myself about that. And it's like this cycle that like doesn't stop. And then I try to starve myself because I ate. And then it's like, blah, 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 blah. It's like, girl, this is crazy. And the fact that I'm like being so mean to myself about it, you're eating too much, then I'm starving and like you can't think, you can't learn, you can't do anything when you're like that hungry, then tired because I didn't eat or like I worked a lot so then I'm tired and then I like get mad at myself for not going out. I'm like, you need to socialize. And then I get mad at myself if I stay in. So then I'm mean to me if I stay in and you should have gone out. It's 1 week into German and I'm mad at myself for not being good enough at German. And other people have better accents than me. And I'm mad at myself for not being skinny enough. And then I'm not mad at myself for not being productive enough when I'm hungry. And then when I'm need a rest, I'm pissed off. I don't feel rested already. And I'm mad at myself for not having a clean enough apartment because it's clean, but it could be cleaner. I'm mad at myself for not being happy enough because I could be happier and I should be happier. And why am I in this depressive state? It is crazy. I can't keep going on like this. And for some reason, I thought that doing affirmations, doing meditation, going for walks, doing these things that I already do was me being nice to myself and me being taking self-care really. But it's everything. While I do love pieces of myself, and I don't hate myself at all, it's all encompassing. And I'm really just realizing that it's it needs to end. And the cycle, it's just all these cycles I'm noticing that just need to be stopped because cycles repeat until they don't, literally. They just repeat until they're cut off and stop. And happy that I had this big unlock moment that I need to really do take care of myself and not be so hard on myself and not be so mad at myself all the time. And I was talking to a friend yesterday at brunch about this, and he was oh my God, whenever I do that, I literally stop and I call myself honey and sweetie. And I was oh my God, that's so good because it's true. I would never speak like this to anyone else. And I probably wouldn't even think these things about anyone else. Now I'm just holy shit, I need to be so much nicer to myself. This is the third day where I'm realizing it, right? So this is going to be a big journey and that's okay. If nothing else, I mean, this proves and shows a lot of different things, but your self-love journey, your self-improvement journey, it never ends. You need to keep kind of being there for you because no one just grows and it's done. I'm done. I'm the best version of me and there's no better version of me. And that's in every aspect of life. So I think that this is good. And like I said, it's a big unlock. And I'm really proud of myself for getting here. And in that same vein, this past week has been my 3 years of living here. Even thinking back to 3 years ago and the person I am today, I'm geez, congratulations. And I was sitting with my friend at dinner last weekend, so a week ago. She was saying to me you need to be so proud of yourself, how far have you come, just even prior to moving here, but also then living here and the life you've cultivated for yourself and what you're doing and how much you've actually done. And it's I think it's that same negative part of my self-talk where I'm I just brush it away. I'm okay, but what's next? What else can I do? Or I conquered these things or I did these things, but that doesn't we got to keep moving. We got to keep moving forward. We got to keep moving forward. And it's we are moving forward by being grateful and realizing how far you've come. And not only have I come so far, physically in my space and where who I hang out with, how I spend my time here in Berlin since I moved here. Not only does that make me feel proud and grateful, and I should be, but there's this little part of me that's you're not allowed to be proud because you haven't done everything yet. You're not allowed to be proud or whatever, because you haven't done enough. You're not doing enough. You're not productive enough, all this stuff. And it's girl, you're enough. You are more than enough. And you just need to be grateful for how far you've come and all these things I've done. Even, I said, I started German class last week and there's 2 people who both moved here to be with their significant others. And they both were complaining that it's a really weird situation to rely so heavily on your partner because with moving and they both don't speak German, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I was oh my God, you can complain. Not that they were complaining, they were just genuinely saying that. But I'm you can complain about any version of it because I would have killed to have a partner that spoke German that could figure out my shit when I moved here. And that was one of my biggest victim mentality baby moments where I was I'm here alone. I'm figuring this out by myself. It's so hard. People move here with partners, but it's the people that move here with partners even were they're still they can be complaining or it's still not enough too. So there's always things that are hard. There's always things that you can dwell on. And I just thought that was really interesting to note that, especially as my 3 years of being here has just passed this week. I think I wanted to talk about 3 different things today on the podcast, but the main thing was I thought I would address the depressive episode bit first, since I obviously ended my last episode talking about that. I said, cleaning my apartment, getting in cute outfits and going outside the house, going somewhere to work was great. This is something that I feel kind of falls into that same bucket of like me not doing enough. And I'm always being so mad at myself for not doing enough, not doing enough, not doing enough. And I would never even like really admit it. I wouldn't even say that to my therapist because I get weirdly defensive about it too. Cause like she's always like telling me that I am too hard on myself. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I say nothing when she says that to me because I literally think in my head, no, I'm not. Like, I'm not too hard on myself. I need to be like, that's how things get done. If I want to be successful, I need to be harder on myself. I'm like, I just won't tell her. Crazy. One of the things that I think ladders into this bucket, I'm realizing even if you feel like you're not doing enough, I'm hard on myself because I don't have like specific goals that I'm working towards like every single day, like na. And it's like, you don't necessarily need to have every single goal you're going to have for the rest of your life written out and with timelines associated. Like, you can be in a really good situation by knowing what you don't want to do too. By not being in the situation you are in is enough of a change almost. Like right now, I know I need to get out of this depressive episode and I have to get into a place where I'm treating myself well and being really kind to myself. Like genuinely, even saying being kind to myself, I'm like, ugh. It's such a weird fucking thing. I don't know what that is about, but obviously you're going to be hearing about it. We're going to figure it out together. Like, and when someone's in an abusive relationship or a toxic relationship or a toxic job or you're from a hometown that you really don't fucking vibe with and you don't want to be there. You don't have to know who you're going to date next, what all these things, like how you're going to get this apartment. Like, you can just know not wanting to be in the situation you're in is enough to change. That is the number one thing you need to know, I guess, about yourself before you go into something new is that you know what the current state you're in is not what you want to be. And you don't need to figure it all out right now, but you know that like one choice has been made and that's going to keep you going further on your journey. You don't need to have every single goal listed. You don't need to have all of these things figured out. Sometimes the first step and really the biggest step is just knowing that it's not fucking working, whatever you're doing right now, and you need to choose something else. Hopefully, I won't have a visceral reaction the next time someone tells me to be kind to myself. I'm like, be kind to myself. I'll show you kind. It's like, what's that? What is that? So now I'm going to try and eat breakfast and sleep well and be someone that's like taking care of my body and not working against it. During a tarot card reading I did this week, for honestly for months, it's been the same type of readings that I thought were all associated with burnout. And now I realize it's like all of these readings were showing that I just like wasn't listening to myself, in that I'm like fighting against me. I can't constantly be mad at myself for fucking eating and then starving myself and then getting so hungry that I like eat so fast that then I feel sick and then I'm mad at myself again. And then I'm mad at myself for like being fat and then I'm mad at myself. It's like, you can only do so much. And like, this is me and myself and me fighting against one another, like literally not working well. And it's like the other thing I've been thinking about, if I made it this far in life by being like still having this little part of me, a big part of me being mean to myself, imagine how far I can get by being nice to myself. Imagine how lovely that would be. And so that's like what we're going to work towards. I'm not going to say it's going to happen overnight. Maybe it can. Just like in the way that I've like tried to release all resentment, and I do like this like energetic cleansing in the morning where I like release all like resentment and I like clear the cobwebs from my heart space. And I'm like, I think that like once you decide something, you really can do it. The decision in doing something is the hardest step sometimes because it's like the recognition, the decision to do something else. Just like how in high school, I literally decided like, I don't want to be angry anymore. I was so angry all the time. Recently, the past few months, I've decided like the past month, I decided I don't want to be resentful anymore. And I'm really working hard at that. And I think it's going well, genuinely. And now I've decided that I'm not going to be mean to myself anymore. Like, it's time to start calling me sweetie, honey, angel, and being nice and negating all those mean sentences and mean words that I'm saying to myself. I mean, it's literally like I've been self-sabotaging for what? For no reason. It's crazy. And it's weird that like I believe so deeply in affirmations and it didn't occur to me that the fight going on inside of my head was causing me so much emotional and like probably physical just like issues. It's like, obviously. But sometimes like it really is something so obvious, like a light bulb moment that just happens. So yeah, let's see how being nice to myself goes. Being nice to yourself and being kind to yourself and loving yourself isn't the absence of hate. It really is something you have to work on. The absence of hate is great, but like the actual work towards the actual love then too. I feel like it's like two sides of a spectrum, and it's like just because this isn't here doesn't mean you're already here. I'm really looking forward to like keep working towards this end goal here. And like some random ass other things have happened to me the past few weeks where people have actively not been kind to me, and like genuinely in situations where it's no sweat off of their back. Genuinely, the smallest thing that you barely have to do for someone to make someone else happy. Like, I don't understand how people don't automatically do that. I think it's obviously wrapped up in their own shit, and it's always about them, not about you, when people do like crazy shit to you that isn't kind. But I think because this thing happened to me in the past few weeks, I'm kind of like someone has just been like so not kind for no reason. I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to be that. And my reaction to this shouldn't be resentment, and it shouldn't be anger. It should just be like, that really sucks for them. Really wish them the best. But like taking it actively in as like, I'm never going to be unkind in that way to people, like, or try to be unkind ever to anyone, because like, what is the point? Like, doesn't make any sense. There's like the kindness to yourself, but also just like when you recognize how other people externally are kind or unkind, it's like, who do you want to be in the world? What do you want to show up as? Because you can literally make tiny decisions and every day and be that person already. Like if you want to drastically change your life, it starts with a few decisions, one even really, and it's in you. You got this if you want. Today's actually Easter Sunday, and I was feeling so sad today. I was feeling like really homesick actually, and like not in like I don't really know why I'm feeling homesick. It's like such a weird feeling because I have felt like I just like never belonged where I grew up or like where my home was. And like even when I moved to Philadelphia and even when I moved to New York, like I just never felt so like I never felt a sense of belonging genuinely until I moved here. And now to be in a place where I felt the sense of belonging, but now like to feel so alone in that place is like a really weird feeling. And like I don't feel lonely all the time. Like obviously sometimes I feel lonely. It's like an interesting something to note. And then it's like nostalgia for the past. Like my mom always used to do like an Easter egg hunt for me and my sister, and it was like so cute. And I don't know if I just feel like sad because like something that once was like so simple in life, like for you as a kid, like obviously I had a really blessed childhood as opposed to like so many other people, in contrast to so many other people. But it's like just like the idea of like me and my sister like looking for Easter eggs around the house and just like having a really slow morning with my mom and my dad. Not that our family was perfect and not that my childhood was perfect either. Like I have great memories, I have shit memories from growing up. I guess it's just like to be alone on like a day like this. And I chose obviously to move here, you know, other people didn't choose to leave their homes to be in some other fucking culture with other people. Like I think it's just a really interesting thing. And obviously I'm gonna hang out with my friends in a little and like spend time with them. And I think obviously too when you live in a city like Berlin where it is like so many expats and you do kind of like put together a chosen family, which is so sweet. There's pros and cons to everything, right? But like you put together a chosen family, but they don't fully understand exactly how you grew up. You can tell people about your culture, your past, these memories that hold something greater to you, but it's like no one really knows. And I think that's like so cool to learn about other people that way, but like to feel it like so deeply is like so unique to like you, maybe your siblings. It's such a specific feeling. I think like it also is exciting to think about the opposite of that. Kind of similarly to what I was saying about the two people in my German class that like moved here and were like, oh my God, it's really crazy that you have to rely so much on your partner. And I was like, oh my God, that's so crazy that you can literally, the one thing that I was like, at least if I had a boyfriend, it would be easier. Like, I don't know, like it's just so crazy to see like the juxtaposition of like, or like, I guess the opposite sides of a situation. In me feeling homesick or like nostalgic or something, it's also really interesting to think about like all of the incredible holidays that are to come and like the family that I will like continue to build and the people I will spend time with and the new traditions. That I think that's so sweet to think about, like the new traditions that I'll have like with people. Like even today, like last Easter, I hung out with the same friends, and like that's really sweet. Like if that's a tradition, that's really cute to be a part of that moving forward. This is what I'm talking about when it's like so easy to like get stuck in like a sad or a victim mentality mindset. Not that was victim mentality, but like the negative side of things. It's really easy to see the positive sides of things too. How many people I'm gonna have yet to meet in this world that I'm gonna love so much, that I'm gonna have more traditions with. And yeah, like I'm 32. The world's my oyster, and I have my whole life ahead of me. That's really exciting. Genuinely, I just live got myself out of that mood. Whoa. I have this other issue. Like it's kind of it's in the same way that like I don't want to consume any media that will make me feel like shitty. Maybe it's nuts, but like I just feel like there's enough in the world that can make you feel like shit. So like I just can't consume any more media that does that. Like I can't look at the news every single fucking day. Obviously I'm on Instagram and stuff and you see shit, but like I can't read all the terrible things that are constantly happening in the world. I cannot like be so like painfully up to date with like every negative thing, in the same way that I can't watch like Alex Cooper's podcasts all the time because I'm jealous of that platform. There's just certain people that I feel like an envy towards, which is wild because obviously I just started my podcast and we're completely different people. But like the fact that like when people have like young success or something, or like Nepo babies, I mostly felt really envious of Nepo babies when I was right out of college trying to find different jobs and stuff and being like, why don't my parents know anyone? I'm so jealous of nepotism. And now I'm like there's like space for me from that, where I'm like, yeah, I wish I had nepotism, but like also wouldn't be the person I am today if I had it, you know? So there's definitely like some space there. It's just so funny that there's so many things where I'm like, oh, I like don't even want to watch that. Or like I think Rachel Sennett is amazing. I really, really, really do. And there's some reason I'm envious of her. First of all, I'm not a comedian, nor am I trying to be. I'm not an actress, nor am I trying to be. But there's this weird envy I feel towards her, like with her new show, like I Love LA. All my friends are like, oh, have you watched it? Have you watched it? I'm like, no. It's like, what's that about? My one-sided beef with Rachel Sennett, who I actually like, by the way. Like I genuinely like her. I think she's actually so funny. What's that about? The new podcast format is me just asking questions and why, and explaining things that I'm going through and asking, what's that about? And then you guys can answer yourself at home. All 24 of my listeners. Just kidding. I have more than 24 listeners. And I'm so excited that you're all here. Thank you so much. Thanks, guys. Thanks for spending Easter with me. Honestly, this is keeping like family traditions alive in a way where I just had a breakdown with you all on a holiday. So thanks. I guess you're my chosen family now. I don't know if you can, but if anyone saw like, because the skirt is so short, but if you think you saw my underwear, you didn't, because it's a skirt. It's a skirt, that's right. I think skirts rock. I think, why not more skirts? The only time I don't love a skirt is when I have to pee really bad and I'm like in a foresty park situation and I could just like quickly go pee. But obviously with a skirt, you do have to go pants down. So now that we have the update on my mental health, I guess, my breakthroughs of the week, and why I have potential beef with Rachel Sennett and Alex Cooper, we can move on to freestyling. And by the way, my thing with the Alex Cooper and Rachel Sennett, it's also like most podcasts now, ever since that I haven't felt like I've been successful enough in my podcast, like it's really hard for me to like listen to other podcasts in general. So the fact that I'm going to tell you this right now is quite exciting. I was listening to The Bald and the Beautiful with Trixie and Katya, and I was hardcore laughing so much. I went on a walk yesterday. I wanted to call my sister, but I didn't think she was awake yet. So I was just listening to this podcast because I saw one clip online that made me laugh. So I was like, okay, I want to laugh. I love laughing. So then I'm listening to the podcast episode. I don't even fucking remember what they were talking about. They were telling a story, but you know how they go off on tangents and then they're just like cracking up and it's really funny and cute. I love it. Whatever joke they kept piling onto, I was genuinely laughing so hard, like with like belly laughing without having a hard time like breathing on the street with loads of people around. Then I was feeling like, I wasn't really feeling self-conscious, but I was kind of like, oh my God, people are like if I saw me, I'd be like, what is she cracking up about, kind of. So then I like pull my sweatshirt up because I keep laughing harder. So I started laughing into my sweatshirt because I was like, I just think someone by themselves on the street laughing this hard it's just like, I guess maybe I'm bringing more joy to the world, but I don't know. I was saying this to one of my friends recently. I feel like people don't really like if you did that in New York, no one would even look your way or bat an eye. But like Berlin is a little different. Like everyone's like staring at you all the time. Just like how people are so brazen and I think like maybe egotistical or self-centered or something in New York where they're like on the phone so loud and like don't give a fuck what anyone's like. People are less like on the phone so loud here by themselves or like on the phone in the grocery store so loud. It's like more quiet. Like I was on the phone with my sister in the grocery store the other day and I feel like I had to like be quiet, like talk like this. And I was like, But anyway, I really like The Bald and Beautiful. Really was cracking up about that. I just love to laugh. Laughing is great. Huge fan of laughing. Speaking of laughing, I have been re-watching because I always saw like one-off episodes of Brooklyn Nine-Nine here and there, whatever. Like one of my roommates in college loved Andy Samberg, loved Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and I was always like, whatever. I thought it was like dumb comedy. And then I randomly decided when I was just like in a like bad mood a few weeks ago, I was like, what's something like easy, light, whatever. I've never watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine from the start. Maybe I should. So I did. I'm almost done. And I'm like, I randomly started from season 5, watched through to season 8. And now I went from season 1 to season 5. I'm almost done with season 4 now. And I'm like, it's really nice and it's really funny. Genuinely, there are things that I laugh out loud about. Like I was telling my sister, I was telling other people, like they were like, I thought that was like dumb comedy, like da 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 da. And I'm like, yeah, but I think there's a spectrum of comedy that's like really smart comedy that's like you just have to be like you have to know about certain things. There's like witty comedy and you're like go back and forth and like ping pong this or whatever. There's comedy that's like I guess smart comedy is kind of also observational or kind of like specific to a theme, I guess. And then there's like really fucking dumb comedy. That is so good. There's like parts of Brooklyn Nine-Nine that are really dumb comedy, but there are also parts that are like quick, witty comedy. And there's like middle ground that's kind of like cringy comedy, maybe. And that's why people don't like it. It's got it all because then it also has like heartfelt moments that are really sweet, like positivity vibes. And I like that. No one's being mean to each other on the show, really. I was like thinking between watching an episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine or recording a podcast episode. And I was like, no, I think I'll actually feel better if I record a podcast episode. And look at this. I do. It's actually crazy that I had a full continuous, I had the meltdown this morning for real. I was hardcore crying, but obviously I cried a little bit on this episode and I really came back around, or not like back around. I came up to feeling good. I'll leave you all with this. Just be kind to people, including yourself. Oh my God. I feel repulsed when I say that. That is really crazy. I feel like I'm in the Clockwork Orange when the guy is like, he gets trained to be like repulsed by the sight of naked women or like sex or whatever. That's how I feel genuinely. Like bleh, when people tell me to be kind to myself or when I'm trying to be kind to myself. But I guess this is just one of those things that I need to keep trying. It's like building muscle. It's building muscle at the gym. That's what I'm doing here. I'm building muscle with muscles of it all. I have been. I've decided I want to look like Rosalia. Like she just looks great. I mean, obviously everyone thinks she looks great, but I'm like, yeah, I could look like that. I don't have enough goals, I guess, now. Be kind to myself, look like Rosalia, eat breakfast, learn German. What else? Sleep well, laugh more. I think that's enough. I hope you're doing whatever you want to be doing this Easter and you're enjoying the traditions that, I mean, this will probably be posted way after Easter. So whatever the next holiday is, Cinco de Mayo. I don't know, but Memorial Day weekend, whatever upcoming holidays that you have coming up, if you're ever feeling lonely or sad or nostalgic, like just think about how many amazing things are coming your way and how many more amazing people you're going to love in your life and you're going to build new traditions with. The best is yet to come. It's a quote because it sounds good and it worked and it makes you feel better, but it's also true. Well, thank you so much for listening as always. And yeah, we'll chat soon.